over here, in order to separate arguments in functions or in functions in VBA, you put a comma. So in order to finish the first variable, which is the prompt, I put a comma. I skipped the second variable, the second content of the message box. I skipped it. I didn't want to put anything over here, so I put another comma with nothing in between them. And then greetings would be the third content, which is the title. Now if I run this line of code, I get a message box with the title greetings and with shalom, and the value which was entered into the first variable, UR is the text that I put over there. The value that we calculated and put in the third variable, years old. And I press OK, I get to end sub, and F8 finishes the program. Now if I hover over any of these right now, nothing pops up. Why?
Because it's not highlighted under F8.
Because
you didn't use F8, so we're not only first F8 you're going to highlight
it. Not in running mode.
Yeah.
So there's no meaning to none of these. They are declared, they have a meaning only when the program runs. The minute the program ends, we release that memory, and the computer can do with that memory whatever it wants.
This is a really quick question. When you say press F8, you have to like do control F8 because I'm doing that? I'm not control.
F8.
Alright. Well, this is clearly the bait me. You just press it?
Are you working on your laptop?
Function F8.
Yeah.
It's in the function?
No, just hit function F8 because F8 might not work on a laptop. Sometimes the settings are different.
Questions about this program?
Yeah, dude, why is it X equals?
Okay, so we said last time, once the message box goes beyond the first content, you have to put some kind of a variable and put this into it, and we'll explain that later on. Okay, if I wouldn't have had the title, I just would have finished over here, I wouldn't need the X. I could just do a regular simple message box. The minute I go and I put the comma and I enter the realm of more complicated message boxes, which include more than the first attribute, then I have to put the X or whatever variable.
Is that something you can then refer back to?
What?
Once you like,
Yeah.
you refer back.
Yeah. Again, we'll see how later on. Yeah.
So highlighting is just a faster way, more specific function in the macro, not the whole thing, because you can run it with the last one.
Excuse me?
It's just a faster way of getting selected what part of the macro you want to run.
What is?
Highlighting using the F8.
The F8 is a way to run your program line by line.
Yeah, just selecting instead of running.
Can I just,
You press run macro,
Yeah.
run the last thing, right?
No, it goes through the whole thing quickly. Like this, you can see exactly what it does in each line.
You know, it's not like we did before, it was the same code that you wrote and you under it, so you run that one. Like
Excuse me?
if you wrote the same code and you wrote a new line, like when we did a week 2, like that, and then roll it on the last one. If it runs multiple.
No. What we did over there was we commented out the previous lines.
Okay.
So it just doesn't, it disregards them. Over here we didn't comment out anything, we're just running it line by line. Questions? Okay. So, what I want you to do is write a program. Okay, this is an exercise for right now. write a program which gets the name from cell B2 into a variable, and then puts out a message box, hello, and that name. Okay, so again, I have in B2 some name. I want you to write a program which will get the name from B2 and then put out a message box, hello, whatever it says over here. And if I change what it says over here, every time I run it, it will just take whatever is in B2. You got the idea of the exercise?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead
Can you
and
say one more time?
do it.
Sir, can you say one more time, please? You just have to put in one cell a name and it has to change automatically?
No, not change. If
Automatic box?
you want a message box that says hello, whatever it says in that.
Ah, okay.
Sure.
Would you have to save it always in the personal macro or new work macro?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Over here,
Card.
I got a bridge sheet too, so that means I should open a new module.
No? No?
So I
The
should,
modules have nothing to do with the sheets. You could, if you want to have new,
Focus on the
if you have new information,
Control.
look at me first.
Shift.
If you have new information, new data,
okay,
that is not connected straight to the data before,
okay.
but you still want it in the same file, what you do, you open a new sheet, put in the new, like this is January,
For
February.
this example, we should open a new sheet and a new module.
No,
So we do it on the same module, just.
you could do it in the same module,
Like another.
you could do it in the same module, you could do it in another module.
Which one is
When you have,
You're already back.
just that,
So much related.
Then keeping the same if it's unrelated, but I know. So this one, we say this one is related.
How do you get to the code? How do you open the code for your computer?
Visual Basic.
Yeah, I did that. Then I just don't have anything. How do I open the module?
you could put it in the same.
No, the module that I'm using, like right over here.
You have programs that are related, and you have programs with one.
Like over here, okay, the macro is being recorded right now. I did Visual Basic. Where's the, where's the code?
It's according to the way you work. So over here, it doesn't make
What you want to do is want to make like another one of these. But how do you refer to one cell? It will refer to it
It
itself.
might be because you're in record. It's coming up as
What
Shouldn't be.
one of these
Oh, there it is.
cells refers to the.
Worksheet? No, it's private sub worksheet.
That's what it's recording now.
refer to cells.
I have to start recording and then write something?
I'm not even recording, I'm just writing the code straight up.
Oh, okay.
Now
I'm
we're
just curious, how do
putting
I pull
everything
from a
together.
cell?
I'm trying to remember. I think you said control R, right, or control shift right arrow. Stop
Right
recording.
now is to select the last thing.
I don't remember. 1 second. Control. Let me just see. I have this, Nachon. Then we just do Visual Basic. Nothing, because the code's not being run. So how do you get code if you don't record anything? How does that make sense?
You go back to a previous sheet, see if it comes up on one of your other sheets.
It does. What are we supposed to? I had it a second ago. I don't know what that is.
Filter mode. Oh, that's a new file.
Visual Basic. Yeah, I'm using class 4.
Macros there, what are they?
Class 4. This is the one I was doing.
They have to be recorded somewhere. Where are they? Go Visual Basic. Anything recorded in Try clicking on the view object.
Anyone have an idea how to do it? You did it?
No.
I'm guessing you can use the same setup,
Just keep trying things.
select the cell, I'm not sure you select.
I can't open up the code on my computer. I can't see the Visual Basic.
We're good, we're just not seeing it.
Can we see that code?
Let's try it on here.
We did it last week. You can download it from Moodle. You uploaded it last week when you did it, right?
I said right in V2. There, it's whatever. V2, record macro 1. Said them. Visual Basic.
Three, I don't remember.
See, why do I have this over here but I don't get another one? This sheet. Yeah, no, I want the modules. Module 1, there we go. There it is over here. Set on.
I'm recording this, I can at least see this.
Okay, so how do we do it?
Basically, I'm gonna work for Google next week.
Yeah, you're on Excel. No VBA Excel code, great. Visual Basic.
Does anyone remember the command to select a specific cell?
Range.
You remember that?
Yes.
And if I don't remember it, what do you suggest I do?
Google, Wizard.
You can always Google, but what do we learn?
Look at the previous.
You can also look at the previous stuff, but what can you do if you don't have anything with you right now? You don't have internet, you don't have the previous stuff.
Read a book.
Do record a macro, do it, and go with the.
Exactly. Record a macro, okay? And that's what we said is the power of this course. If you don't remember something, record it. So let's record a macro and see how we go and choose B2.
Thank
So
God.
first of all, before I start the macro, I make sure I'm not in B2, so I could select it when I'm recording. I go over here, record macro. B2, stop recording, go into the Visual Basic. This is the this is the command to select B2. Okay? Now, what we said is we want what to do?
Make it open window that says the name.
Use copy paste. No?
Okay, so what I'm going to do here,
ILU fits.
You go back, where's your video?
It's not great.
okay. Now, I selected B2, and now what I'm going to do is,
Range VG select.
excuse me,
How did you get range VG? You wrote that down or you just appeared?
who can answer him?
What was the question?
How did we get range B2 select? Did we write it or how did it appear?
Recorded for it.
We just recorded it, that's what I did before. Now, str input equals what?
Input box? No.
Hello?
Man. No, is that like your name?
Range B2.
Active cell. I just chose the cell which contains my information, and I want that information to go into the variable that I just declared. Up to now, you understand what we're doing? Now, what I'm going to do is what do I need to put in right now?
And.
Now, if I run this, okay, and if I go over here and change this, and I run it, got it? Questions? Okay, please do this and get a program that works and does what we asked to do at the first place.
Yeah, my VBA is missing 3 windows, basically all the important ones.
And next time, don't just close it.
Okay, good start.
But if you do now, you know how to get them back, right?
Yeah,
That's what it's in for.
I did it in B3 instead of B2, is there a difference? Alright. Right, you ready for that?
Okay, everyone got it?
No, can you give us more
Can you
time?
run through it one more time?
What?
Can you run through it one more time? I think I got part of it.
It's not letting me put it in for some reason.
You see if I got something.
it down on a piece of paper.
Yeah, did you get it? Can you tell me for a second? I did, why is it not coming in? Why is this not working for some reason? Am I putting it in the wrong place?
Break mode.
What's break mode?
What you push? And when has that?
Are you talking about this one?
Yeah, am I supposed to put it over here? Is that one? Paste. And now if I do the fade, it says it's not working.
So I can't do this on my laptop. You can if you add.
Why is that let me add it?
Okay,
2-minute warning.
1 minute.
Ellie, could you show me for a second? Just like it's not letting me run it. Like over here, it's all written, and I do F8 and it doesn't let me.
This over here.
Stop. Now go over here and now press F8.
What's macro 1 macro?
I don't know. Get rid of it?
No, 1 second. Get rid of this line.
Just macro.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Where did you get it from?
I don't know. And just go over here and now press F8.
F8 will run.
Class 4 is the name of the macro. I don't know why it's here. That's the name of the macro that I gave it.
This is the name of the macro over
That's the name of the
here.
macro?
Sub this. What did you put this for?
And in the description, because like I followed what you did in the description too. So man.
You can't put the description just like that. You have to put a comma text.
Gotcha.
Not a comma.
You know what it was? It because what you did was you had put the thing, so turn it green. It's just a
Sir, can you give us 30 seconds, please?
is it apostrophe? The apostrophe shows it like dead text.
Sir, I got it. I got it! Yes!
I told her, when I said hello, answer text, fill in whatever the active cell is, which very good, because
So now what's your new yourself?
just looks good, but when I press run, it's going to be say hello, shoot.
You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not working on my own computer for some reason. Because this is an old Excel. I have to update the Excel.
What did the message box? You don't, you just need them.
You also have 2 heads up. You never had.
Yeah, that's cool. You're right.
That's right, what I want.
How do you make it into a commercial?
The president of the United States Market Stand.
No, it's not.
Coming in 2020. Florida's on its way to electing the first transgender
Yosef.
They're not far. Both the shakers are working on helping across the border. Swimming from Cuba.
Yosef, you stay today until the end?
Do you feel like you're not?
I'm actually surprised. Like someone on that.
يلا تبقى شكل. Goodness.
So, so what I did was just remind you that we could record the commands that we need. Okay? Now this came out of the recording, and the apostrophe at the beginning means that it's a comment. So those of you who just photocopied what I did and started writing it, this is not relevant to write. You don't need it. Okay? You start from here. Now, this was one way of doing it, where you record, and then you have the range B2 select, which is a command. Okay? Meaning select range or cell B2. Now, if you go back to one of our previous lessons, over here, you would see that we used range A8.text or range A9.text to refer to the text that is in range A8. Okay?
What's the difference between select and text then?
Okay, tell me, as a English speaker, what's the difference between select and text?
But they both end up doing the same thing.
Because
No, they don't.
it has to recognize it as text.
1 second, what's select?
To select it.
Like, click
To
on
select it,
Just-
right? Meaning you do an action. It's a command that you do an action,
right.
where you select a specific cell. So if E4 is now selected and you do the command range B2 select, it will turn the active cell to be B2, because that is the command. But when you say range B2.text, you're not selecting, you're not doing any action. You're just referring to the text within B2,
Okay.
which is altogether different than selecting, doing something, right?
Right.
Okay. So, I can just go over here, and instead of using the select and then saying this equals active cell, I can take this B2 and put it over here and say str user input equals range B2. Now I could put the dot text, but it's not necessary because the default when you do something like this is to refer to the content of B2. Therefore, this I don't really need, and I can comment it out. Okay? Now, it won't refer to this at all, and it will just do str user input equals range B2, whatever is in B2 will go into here, and then we can get the message box exactly the same. Okay, now B2 over here is nothing because this is the one. I have here 2 Excel sheets open. Let me just close one. 2 Excel. Let's close this one. Now I go over here, and if I run this, I have whatever's in B2 in my message box. Okay? So this is even a better way of doing it, just using range B2. Okay? Now, what I want you to do is, after you finish with this part, what I want you to do is, in addition to having hello, SDR user input, and input box, input SDR, excuse me. In addition to having a message box saying hello, whatever is in B2,